Greetings from Cooley Law School. My name is Patrick Corbett. I'm a professor of criminal law here at Thomas M. Cooley Law School in Lansing, Michigan. In this video clip, I would like to talk to you about how the criminal laws of Michigan might apply if a person uses some kind of a high-tech device to spy on other people. This information is important because it'll help you recognize that just because a high-tech device that you possess gives you the technical capability to be able to do something does not mean that all usages of that device are in fact legal. In addition, knowing that there are people out there who might want to spy on you through the use of a high-tech device might help you think about protecting your own privacy in more meaningful ways. I hope the clip will motivate you to think about privacy concerns, not only yours but those of others, as much as you possibly can. Let's explore this law with a hypothetical. Ben kicks open the door on the bathroom toilet stall and uses his cell phone camera to take a photo of Mark while Mark is on the toilet in the locker room. Is this a crime? You're probably looking at this thinking, oh, give me a break. This has got to be a joke. The student probably just meant this to be funny. Does this happen in male locker rooms across the country? Probably it does. And probably the people who do intend to do this, or who have done this, intended it to be funny. Does it matter whether the student who did this intended it to be funny? Who decides whether or not to prosecute the case? It's the prosecutor who has to look at this. And do you think, even if Ben intended this to be funny, that Mark's parents might not think it's so funny? Or maybe Mark might not think it's so funny? Let's look at the law. Michigan law criminalizes taking the photograph of another person when they don't have their clothes on, or if they're in their underwear, under circumstances in which that individual would have a reasonable expectation of privacy. An additional charge involves criminalizing sending the photo to another person. Let's think about each of these situations. A person without their clothes or in their underwear. There's nothing about this law that says the person has to be in a sexual position. Sitting on a toilet is enough. The person is either partially unclothed or completely unclothed, depending on what's going on, and does not have to be in a sexual position. If the person was in a sexual position, it would be child pornography if the person was under the age of 18. That's not what we're looking at here. We're talking about the mere taking of a photograph of another person without their clothes on or in their underwear. Sitting on a toilet would be enough. Is this a situation where the individual would have a reasonable expectation of privacy? What do you think about this? Is there any doubt in your mind that when you're on the toilet, you not only expect privacy, but you think others would also respect that privacy? Is it reasonable for you to feel that way? And I think the large majority of you would believe that that's in fact the case. There's nothing under the law that says it is not a crime because the person intended this to be a joke. Nothing under the law at all. In the state of Michigan, this is happening. Here's an article involving a case out of Holly, Michigan, where an individual, a 16-year-old, apparently at Holly High School, decided to take 6 separate cell phone videos of girls in the locker room. And you can see from the caption of this article that the matter was turned over to the Oakland County prosecutor. It's a case out of Michigan. If the victim is upset enough, do you think the prosecutor might do something about it? Might decide to go ahead and follow through on charges? Let's change the hypothetical around just a little bit. What if Ben, this time, secretly observed Mark while Mark was on the toilet? And he secretly observed Mark without any high-tech device at all. I know this is supposed to be about cyber crimes, but I'm taking the high-tech device out just for the moment. He did it secretly. He did it without Mark knowing that he was looking at him at all. And he did it simply by looking. Michigan law criminalizes the secret observation of a person without their clothes or in their underwear under circumstances in which the person would have a reasonable expectation of privacy. Sounds like a very similar law. The only difference here is that now it's the secret observation. You're not letting him know that you're taking his picture because you're not pushing open the bathroom door and taking the picture. You're looking at him and you're doing it in a situation where he doesn't know about it. It makes, as you can see from the slide, no difference that the person observed the conduct without a high-tech device. If you did it with a high-tech device, yeah, it's a crime too. But if you did it without a high-tech device, you just cut a hole in the wall to look, it's still punishable by up to 2 years in prison. This type of conduct is offensive. It would bother me, and I'm sure it would bother you. Do you think it might also disturb a prosecutor in the community? I hope this video has given you some good information on respecting the privacy of others as well as yourself. Thanks for listening.